Yeah, Charlie Sago speaking. Just put a new, well not a new one, CV joint in there because the boot was ripped up and torn and I had to put a new boot on. And for some strange reason, I had an awful job of getting that CV joint back in again. I don't know why, but I had to pull everything off and get it back in again. Now why do I take on a 1997 Subaru? It's about 20 years of age. Why don't I buy a new, fancy upmarket Subaru? Well, the 2.5s had a lot of trouble with head gaskets. The 2-litre ones, they don't have that problem because there's more meat on there on the head for the gasket to go on. And I'll explain that to you right now. What I do with my little Subaru, I take it out fossicking, prospecting, and deer hunting and everything like that. Run around town, the works. But what I'm going to do now is going to show you what it's like to pull a camper trailer. Can it pull a camper trailer? And how good is it pulling a camper trailer? And what's the feel like pulling a camper trailer? Do you get good feel, bad feel, or what, How many miles per gallon or how many kilometres to the hundreds, whatever it is. So I'm going to go through that. I'm just going to explain to you, and we're going to take you on a little trip later on with this little Soupy and show you exactly what it does. Okay, I'm going to come over and grab the camera and I'll just show you the motor and walk around and show you everything so you get an idea. Just hang on a sec, won't be long. Right, I'm back. Yeah, trying to get all this stuff done. As you can see, that's the motor. Unfortunately, when we got it, the timing belt needed to be done badly. I bought it off this lady and it was in a terrible state. We put a new timing belt, new pulleys, new pump, the whole works on it. New radiator, new hoses, we went right through the whole lot. We fired it up, and within 3 minutes it stopped. We pulled the timing belt off again and found that the tension pulley had actually let go, faulty. So we had to get a new one again, and that came from a spare parts place, and it was in a kit, but it was on its own. It was a Gates kit, I think it was, but yeah, I got an idea that the tension pulley was some Chinese crap stuff. But anyway, regardless to that, we got another one, put it on, fired it up. Number 3 cylinder was down in compression, so the motor had to come out again. And with that, we took the heads off. Yep, valves are bent in number 3 cylinder. New valves in, heads polished, everything's set, and the motor had to go back in again. So at this time we put a new clutch plate in while we had it out. So new seal, new reseal, new clutch plate, back in the motor again. When you know it, faulty clutch plate. Motor back out again, clutch off, sent it away. They sent me another clutch back straight away. They agreed that it was a faulty pressure plate. It had 2 swell marks on either side of the pressure plate. New clutch plate, back in again, and we're back on the road again. So there's a lot of mucking around. But I believe with the 2 litres, when I took the heads off, I could see there's a lot more meat on those heads than there is on the 2.5. So I've come to the opinion that the 2 litres were bought out to a 2.5. It's not happening. It doesn't leave enough meat on there for the head gaskets to work properly. Don't know why Subaru did that, because you've got to have some meat on your head gaskets for the gaskets to on the block to get the head gaskets to work properly. We'll just go for a run around, show you the little car. That's her, dents and all. She's a 97. I think Geordie or Overlander, Geordie and Lisa over in France. They got one. I love his show. I watch it all the time, mainly because I've got the same Subaru as his. There's a guy in Australia I like too. He's pretty good, but I really like this. Watching Geordie's, he does some unbelievable things. Low range. That's another thing I like about it. I don't know if you can actually see the low range. A lot of countries don't have low range in their Subarus, but in Australia we have low range in our 97s upwards to, I think it's about 2000. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to take you back now. That's going out prospecting, and I love it because it sneaks around in different places where you can sneak in, sort of, So she's a bit muddy and a bit dirty. Not actually muddy, but a bit dirty inside. It needs a good clean up. So what I'll do is I'll take you around and show you this, the camper trailer which I purchased to go on tour prospecting. That's another camper top I bought. I got that cheap, and it's a really good one. It's a Cavalier, and I was looking for a trailer, and what happened was, just come back a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I bought this one for the trailer. I couldn't find a trailer anywhere, and this came up for the trailer, and I just bought the trailer. But when I picked it up, the whole thing was really in good order. So I thought, okay, looks like I've got two camper tops. So I'm going with this one because it's a really good one. So I'll just go inside if I can. And whoops, sorry about the shakiness. We're just going to come around side here and go in. I'll just back this off a bit. There we go. And try and go in. It's very hard trying to do this. I don't know how some of these guys do their videos. And I'll show you what she's like inside. That's the camper trailer inside. Everybody's seen a camper trailer? It's in really good order. 1,500 bucks for it. I used the gold money to buy this that I found. That way now I've got to find some more gold to put some good heavy tyres, duty tyres like AT tyres on my Subaru, because I've only got ordinary tyres on it. What machine do I use? Now, gold prospecting. I got a White's TDI Pro, and it's a beautiful machine. I bought that to do the beach. I was only going to do the beach from here on in, but I decided to go out and have a look at Burradong Dam because it was low, and I took the machine out with me, and to my surprise, it is a very, very good gold machine. Excellent gold machine. I've got a little D-Tech coil, 6-inch coil on it, and that's what I was using. But this machine is a really, really good good gold machine. I found two nuggets, a 0.5 and a 1.5 gram nugget. Pretty easy too, picked it up really nice. So just with that coil on, little coil on it. So that's what I use to go out gold prospecting in my little Subaru. And the coils I put on, the other coil I put on, that my go-to coil, is this 14x9 Cooltech one. I've had that in very hot ground and it works beautiful. Ground balance is fine, no worries with ground balancing. It's smooth, no noise. EMI is pretty good, doesn't seem to affect it that much. So that's my go-to coil when I'm searching out in big areas. The other little 6-inch coil is the one I do in creeks and gullies and all the different places where there's a bit trashy. And but yeah, it's, and yet Whites have closed down. They're finished up, and I'm desperately trying to get another battery charger, cigarette light one. Can't get it. The other coil I've got is another D-Tech coil. I think this is a 15x12 or something like that. I haven't tried it out. I'm trying to get it to see if it'll handle the mineralization, and to see what depth it's going to get. So I've got to test it out. I think it'll be a good coil, because D-Tech coils are very, very, very good coils. There's some excellent coils. But this is the camper trailer that I'll be going in, and that's the Subaru I'll be going out prospecting in, and we'll be having a lot of fun. And I might take you along with me, and we can have a look and show you where I go, and if I find any gold or not. It's one of them things. But I think with that machine, there will be no excuse if I don't find any gold. And that's why do we have camper trailers with prospectors when we go out? Well, we like a little bit of comfort. As you can see, it's a good sized bed, but we like a little bit of room so we can stand up. I know them rooftop tents are great, but we can't stand up in them, you can't cook in them, and a lot of times when we go out for 3 months. And if it gets bad weather, some of the weather can come in, especially over in Western Australia, it can come in and lay around for about 2 weeks. And sitting up on a rooftop tent in 2 weeks would drive me nuts. But in this one, I can basically just put all my gear down and put my fridge down and my basically everything, you know, my cooking, my table, and I can cook in here and sit back and listen to music, you know, write a novel, do whatever I like, and sweat it out for a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's it. So we'll just see how we go, and come out here and I'll just show you around the back of her. That's the trail at the back of it. I don't know, it's going to be pretty hard to see because of the what's on these two piles is to keep that back section up there. It's got a gas holder on the back here, and it's got another jerry can holder up the side there. Sounds like I'm trying to sell something, but I'm not. I'm not going to keep this one. It's got another box. That's pretty hard to see. The sun's really glary today. I'm finding it hard. We've been having very cold weather up here, especially one morning. I looked at the temperature gauge. I put it inside the camper trailer, and it was -4 at 3:30 this morning. That's the box. There's a steel box on there, and a spare tyre. Very good jockey wheel. Now, what do you look for in a camper trailer? You look for the stitching to make sure that, with a lot of Chinese ones, the holes are too big for the thread, and of course it can't swell up and block, and it leaks. And the canvas is not all that good. This one here's got good canvas. Everything about it is great. It's Australian made, but the other beauty part about it is a Velcro floor. So if you get a hole in your floor, you burn a hole in your floor, or the floor wears out, you just unvelcro it, pull it out, and go and get another one. Have it made up and done. So, yep, that's the way we go. So that's what we'll be going out prospecting in my little Soupy, 97 Soupy, and away we go. And like I said, it's good on fuel. I've been down some really nasty places with it. I don't do really off-road driving, I guess you could say rock crawling or anything like that, mainly because I'm on my own, and when I'm on my own, if anything goes wrong, well, you're in trouble. Western Australia, anything goes wrong with your vehicle, you've got to fix it, because if you don't fix it, well then you just perish, you die, especially in the places where we used to go. There's no one out there to help you. You're in the middle of nowhere, and a lot of people have perished out there. Different ones that went out there. Two couple I know that went up there, two young blokes went out there in a truck and that, and got stuck, or something went wrong and they perished. We hear stories all the time over there where people just do the silliest things. Yeah, and you can see why they get lost and they perish. You got to take some precautions. There's a lot of gold over there, and it's a lot of good four-wheel driving over there. But if you get bogged in some areas, you'll just watch the car go right down to the pan. There's no floor in it, and it's a lot of fun getting out. So when it rains, it's best to stay put, and nobody really wants you on the tracks when it rains, because you just cut them all up. So when it rains, you just stay put until it stops raining. So anyway, that'll do. I'm not real good at doing videos, so we'll just see how this goes. And I've showed you my Soupy, showed you the medley tractor, showed you the camper trailer, and this is the adventure that I'm going to go on. So we'll see what happens. Okay, remember, there's only one of you, and you're important, so take care and look after yourself and keep safe from this horrible virus. Bye for now.